Alright, so we're here at Game Jam 2013, the Wollongong leg with...
You got Delish Mystery.
Brennan Hatton.
David Wallace.
Hong Si.
Fantastic. And you guys have got a number of bits of paper and stuff around here. Looks like you've been busily planning. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about what you guys have been working on?
Well, so far we've just been analysing the theme, so it's a group wrote down a bunch of words, meanings that the concept of the theme was to us, sort of rotated our themes around to let other people pick off the ideas that everyone else had worked on. This one's sort of our mess map. We've just got words, meanings, ideas. We sort of tried to organise it a bit more with this one and that one, and eventually just throwing things on big bits of paper until they turn into something that could turn into a game. So we haven't even these things here, we haven't even been thinking about the fact that we're making a game. We're just thinking about what the concept is and cool things that could come from it. And we've only just started now thinking about the fact that we're making a game and how we can turn these ideas and concepts into a game, which is sort of starting over here a little bit with some, we'll call them more like ideas. What was it? Mechanics.
Okay, cool.
For the game.
So what are some of the mechanics that we're thinking we might be able to incorporate into what we're going to be making?
Well, the main one we're using is pulses and beats. So taking the heartbeat theme literally as in a form of an earthquake, or we have orbits because they beat around the thing, or anything that forms a pattern. We're taking that same one from mechanically and experimenting as much different ways as possible, because we're all come from different backgrounds, like math and programming and art and sound. So we all we have different views on it.
Chemistry.
Yeah, chemistry as well. So just experimenting, what can we actually do to this? How can we make this fun? How can we use some mechanic really simply to make a nice game within 48 hours?
Okay, cool. So yeah, you guys touched on very briefly there the idea of the heartbeat being a sort of rhythm. Is that the main focus that you're having for this game, or is there some other tangential ideas?
We haven't decided what game we want yet. We have about 5 ideas for probably 3-4 big ideas that we're focusing on turning into doing a selective sort of path. So one of them includes a sort of a pulsing heartbeat. Other ones include sort of more pulsing and destruction, pulsing, growing, pulsing, just pulses, but not necessarily the heartbeat itself. It's taking the idea I think we find that's taking it very literally, and so we're trying to step away from that and more be inspired by the theme rather than take it so literally.
Yeah, that seems like a very unique and individual approach to take from against some of the other teams that we've talked to, who, as you say, are taking it quite literally as the heartbeat. Is that sort of idea of being really original and unique important to you guys? Is that something you work very hard to try to...
It's something I value very strongly, and with the whole concept creation is what I think drives it, just the desire to be unique, and scrapping the whole idea that we're making the game at the start and just elaborating on what the theme is and just the core elements of it, breaking it down into what we think it means and expanding on that. So it's sort of being completely completely motivated and just by the theme itself, but trying not to take it too literally and just make something unique.
Yeah, sweet. So do you guys have different roles that you're going to sort of flesh out within the development of the game? So we have someone working on art and programming and different people like that?
Yeah, so for me it's all mechanics and math and helping out Brendan with code a lot. Because the way that we're doing it, Brendan does most. I do the mechanic side, so Brendan goes on with most of his.
I do the programming.
I'm sound and music.
And I'm in charge of the art.
Okay. So what sort of, because you guys mentioned coming from different backgrounds, how does your different things that you're going to be working on, how does that influence the creative process of what you want to sort of bring to the game?
Well, a lot of my background is just game design. So leadership as well in I've done a few game jams, and just the idea of the creation of the idea and just organizing everything. I can do very strongly. Dilesh has got a positive, strong background in mathematics.
Yeah, so trying to do much amount of problem solving and leaving it to the natural mathematics as well as for game design helps a lot. Especially instead of doing brute force solutions, we do much more elegant solutions. But it's just it's been a lot of fun, and helping debugging the code is a lot of hard work as well.
It was interesting at the beginning when we were sort of all figuring out what sort of core ideas we wanted to have. We all each had like a distinct thing we wanted to focus on. It was based on our backgrounds because I think Dilesh said he wanted something with sine waves for the maths, and Brennan was really focusing on game mechanics, whereas David was more about something with a beat, and I was more about no, we're going to do something about like the heart and like the anatomy, do something cool about that. So yeah, it definitely has influenced our thought processes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking to us. We'll probably catch up with you a bit later on in the weekend, and best of luck for the rest of the 48 hours.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks very much.